Last episode we had a Halloween special where it started out with a fight with Malice that quickly ended and where Malice understood that she has no chance against the armor, which by the way Damien finally took control of. Our boys captured Malice and they sailed away from Acrylic City with new mission from Bailey. Our group needed to hand over the black armor to Commodore Gus, after which they will be promoted. Damien and Kai had a talk with Malice on the way. Damien established that his chef, Jeopard, is certainly trying to sabotage him. Kai realized how corrupt the power can be. They reach the coordinates, meet Commodore Gus, who is all about mushroom and fungi aesthetics. Damien hands over the armor. Kai doesn't really like the guy. Gus recognizes him as Jiro's nephew, tells him to be in line, and then moves on. On the way to Bollywood, guys stop at some island to help with a ghost problem. They witness sweet story of Margaret and Stanley, beat up Spook, and the special ends. Roll the 12th episode. Episode starts with guys entering Branch 101 HQ and they just see Bailey talking with Joy. When they ask what is happening, Bailey basically explains that Marines are taking over Acrylic City and all the territory Seven Sisters were controlling is now in Marine custody, but they don't have enough hands. So Joy offered their services to help the Marines with the logistics, and since sudden change of power would be kind of hard, Bailey accepted it. Suddenly, Daniel Mushu rings and it turns out to be Commodore Jiro, Kai's uncle, who wants to talk to Kai. And Kai answers the phone. They talk about Marines, how Kai is doing and how he has all these moral dilemmas, but the main point is that Jiro heard about some monster running around and causing havoc, and he believes it might be Kai's grandfather. Kai drops the snail and walks out the room. Bailey dismisses Joy and she goes out as well. After that, Bailey turns to our boys and tells them some good news. The good news are that they finally will have to face pirates, and she just slams 3 wanted posters on the desk in front of them and asks them who they will choose. Yokan's eyes fire up and she is just ready to take down all of them. There is one mustache pirate who steals people's hair. There is another new mime pirate who doesn't have a name because mimes don't talk. He has a bounty of 20 million and it is the largest amongst the 3. And third one is some pirate woman, and group really wants to go after Mime 1. Meanwhile, Kai is outside thinking about the call with his uncle, and Joy walks up to him and they start to talk. Kai tells her that he's happy she's around and tells her his inner problems about morals and opens up to her about his call with his uncle. She says that understands him, tells him her own backstory about how she lived on a farm with her parents. One time they discovered a weird pineapple which her parents kept as prideful fruit of their hard work, but pirates came and destroyed the whole village and killed everybody. And Joy, to not give these pirates what they want, ate the pineapple, beat the pirates up, and she basically says that she doesn't understand how her power is terrifying. So they share a moment and awkwardly say goodbye to one another. Kai walks in a room, all blushed and pumped up at the same time, asks some random marine in a corner with huge glasses who is the strongest pirate in the world right now, and says that he wants to take that pirate down. Man in glasses answers that it's probably current emperor of the sea, Ragnar. Kai also tells Tiger what Joy told him, and Tiger is very sad now. Kai catches up on what their next thing is, but it turns out they have a holiday and everybody starts doing their thing. Damien goes to archives to check documents about black armor, but finds nothing. Man in Glass is also there and tells him that all the secret information about armor is currently held on Grand Line in headquarters of Jeopard. Yokan just sits in front of the clock and just cannot wait to fight pirates. Bradley and Kai go search for Pizza Guy, who Bradley Leslie bought pizza from. They talk to Pizza Rat and finds the Pizza Guy, hand him 4 million counterfeit bellies. Taiga was just beating his shit and being sad, and after that, group sails off to the mime hideout. Also, Taiga told some legends about Mime's origin, how there was a demon 400 years ago who took the ability to speak from people on this one island. Also, since Damien now an ensign, Bailey gave responsibility to Damien to deal with ranks and promotions of his group. Damien just ranks up everyone by one, except for Kai, because Kai does not seem to be excited to get promotion, and Damien basically says that he will decide based on his upcoming mission whether or not to rank up Kai. So now we have Yokan and Bradley being chief petty officers, Taiga being just a petty officer, and Kai being one rank below that. During the voyage, Yokan is constantly asking are we there yet, and Taiga just works out and even does one push-up with Belle in her huge mode on his back. They dock to the hideout island. Kai notices one ship in the distance heading in this direction. Group decides to deal with Mimes faster because it might be reinforcements. They see smoke coming from another part of the island and they sneak up from the higher ground where they see their little mime camp. Near the fire there sits nameless captain himself, looking very sad. Our guys just take them by surprise and jump into a fight. On this note, join my Discord where you can interact with me. We have whole ass million-page roleplay which you might be interested in. A lot of interesting people, and if you feel lonely, we have a very supportive and very creative community. So if you want to share something, please join via the link down in the description below. Come and talk to me and you always will be welcome. Now back to the episode. Yokan is immediately going after the captain. Kai does use his new weapon he stole from Spook. Damien also tries out his new powers with a yellow swirly sugar stick and causes an explosion from his hand. Bradley uses his fishman karate in the air, hides behind stands. Other mimes see Yokan going after their captain, who by the way ate mime fruit, which basically gives him abilities to create anything physical. Mime pirates back up their captain and stab Yokan, who in rush of adrenaline doesn't even notice daggers. Bradley comes with full force from behind and just decapitates accidentally our mime captain, who we wanted alive. Taiga also goes nuts, rolls 2 crits, kills 2 dudes, Assassin's Creed style, everything is a bloodbath. Damien and Kai knock out 2 guys and suddenly a bullet almost hits Kai and standing there are 2 people, little fella and big fella, who turn out to be members of Hito Hito racist pirates who bought Goldie back at auction house. By the way, Goldie probably will get a job at Marines. Lieutenant Pluto took her and Malice. So, new 2 people join the fight and they are here because they wanted to kill our nameless mime captain because he had a devil fruit and it is not very human-like apparently. Yokan is still in adrenaline rush, goes up to big fella, knocks him prone. Damien and Bradley are targeting big and little fella, with Damien hitting the big guy on the ground. Kai and Belle have a combo attack on a little fella which results in Belle grappling the man. Big fella stands up and just knocks Yokan out, and apparently he deals more damage to non-humans, which is pretty funny. He then tries to punch Damien, but because of his metal body, he does nothing. And episode ends right there, to be continued.